Save 15% off your order through Safari site using my exclusive coupon code DINOSCREAM. Link is in the description of this video. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Safari Limited review. Today we're taking a look at the newly revealed Cryolophosaurus. A huge thank you again to Safari for sending this figure to me early so I can check it out. Actually, I think I've had this figure for well over 5 weeks now. I've had it for so long, I actually forgot I had it until Andy revealed it over a week ago. So yeah, really excited about this one. It's not yet available. It should be in stock soon. It's going to retail for $13.99. And if you follow the links down below in the description, you can sign up for email alerts on Safari site when this thing comes into stock. So now that all Safari's 2022 dinosaurs are known, I have to say the Cryolophosaurus is probably the one I was most excited for. I haven't got a chance to handle all the new figures yet, just a few samples that I've been sent. But yeah, I'm really glad Safari gave us an updated Cryolophosaurus. Their old Carnegie Collection one is a fine figure, but it's been long out of production, and good luck finding one for a reasonable price. I know I have that figure somewhere, and I just can't find it. Turned my house upside down. I had it in my hands over a year ago. No clue what box I threw it into. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go on eBay and try to pick one up for this review. And yeah, not spending 90 bucks on one. So it's nice that Safari is going back and giving us updated versions to their old Carnegie Collection counterparts. Now let's throw this figure up on the turntable and dive into this review. And let's start with a nice 360-degree view of this beautiful looking figure. I've always liked Cryolophosaurus just because of the unique crest on its head. It was a early Jurassic theropod from Antarctica. It wasn't the first dinosaur described on Antarctica, but it was the first one to be named, and it's a really nice figure. It's bipedal. That tip of that tail is not touching the turntable at all, even though it's just curved down a little bit. Maybe they sculpted that little dip in the tail just in case the figure loses balance over time. It could function as a tripod. But yeah, from head to toe, this is a really well done figure. Love the color scheme on it. You know, it has just that really dark navy blue for the top part of the body and the head, and then it just goes into a orangish brown coloration. You have some more of those dark blue stripes all the way down the tail. You have that bright vivid red for the trademark crest of the species, and I just think the whole package, this figure just looks really nice. Love the nice active pose, and you can tell by looking at those feet, this is definitely a Doug Watson sculpt. I think Doug Watson always does fantastic work for Safari. You know, for the most part, you know, a lot of companies do have Cryolophosaur figures, and most of them are pretty good. I have to say the species has been treated pretty well by other dinosaur toy companies, and it's nice to see Safari throw their hat and give us another nice version of this species. And now time for some measurements. This figure is 8 inches long from the tip of the snout to the tip of the tail, or about 20 centimeters, and just about 3 inches tall, or 7.6 centimeters to the top of that crest. So there's a couple different size estimates for Cryolophosaurus. It's been estimated to be between 21.3 feet long all the way up to 25.3 feet, or that is 6.5 meters to 7.7 meters. So with those estimates, that'll put this figure somewhere in the 132 to the 138 scale range. And now let's zoom and take a look at some of the finer details on this figure, starting with the head. Every time I see it, I have to say it, I absolutely love blue eyes on dinosaur figures. I think it's just very striking and visually appealing, and these baby blues on this Cryo turned out absolutely beautiful. The head crest turned out very nice. You can see some nice ripples sculpted into the crest. You know, some people have said that the crest does look like a ruffled potato chip, and they are not wrong. You can see the nostril is clearly sculpted in. There's a little bit of paint rub. That is for me because I am an absolute klutz, and I dropped this figure a couple times since I've had it. One critique I will say is just, you know, the way the last few theropods Doug has sculpted. I kind of wish the gum tissue right here, like this little flap between the upper and lower jaws, was painted in. It always kind of just looked a little odd to me, but you know, he's a paleo artist, and he knows a lot more than some guy just sitting here talking about toys. So, but that's just me. That's just a small critique on my part. The teeth inside the mouth are nicely painted. No sloppy paint on the teeth. You can see they went for the lipped look And then inside the mouth, let's see if my camera will stop jumping all over the place. Sometimes with these smaller figures, the focus is really not the best with these cameras. Inside the mouth, you don't have bright pink, which is actually refreshing. It's a very, very deep maroon color for the mouth, and I think that looks quite nice. You know, sometimes it's all that bright pink for the mouth. Does get a little exhausting to see, so I'm glad. I like nice that Doug changed up the gum tissue of the mouth with a much darker color that we usually don't see. You can see the ear canal sculpted in back here. You do have all that nice brown and orange that just blends into this really dark navy blue that starts at the top of the head, that goes all the way down to just about the hip region, and then it breaks up into some nice stripes all the way down to the tip of the tail. The whole figure is nicely textured, very proportionate looking scales. It's just mostly just texturing because we don't have any oversized scales on here. Something like PNSO was doing before they finally went back and started making the scales proportion. We all know how big the scales ended up on their Wilson T-Rex. The arms are nicely sculpted. The claws are decked out in nice black paint. Same thing for the toe claws, and like I said, that is a Doug Watson trademark. Every time I look at a theropod feet sculpt like that, I know Doug sculpted the figure. Toe claws are painted in with black paint. You get the scales right here nicely sculpted in. Underside has a nice light coloration. You can see all that nice fine scale detail. And right here we have to do our dinosaur bum check. Nice generous cloaca slit. And then going down to the tail, nice thick muscular tail base. You can see the hip bones sculpted in right here. So yeah, all in all, a very nicely done figure. Some nice light texture with those scales. So yeah, really dig how this figure turned out. I think it's absolutely fantastic looking. Moving on with comparisons, first up here is Collect A's little 140 scale dude. And next up, let's do some Cryolophosaurus from other companies. Here is Batat's offering, and here is Papo's, which I always quite like that unique active looking pose that they gave it. And why not? Let's throw in the Mattel Cryo. So yeah, it's a species of dinosaurs that companies love making figures of. Still really wish I could find my Carnegie Collection one because it's still a great looking figure. But I would say if you want an accurate one for your collection, it's a toss up between the Batat and the Safari one. I like the Safari one a little bit better. I like the color much better. It's much more appealing to me. I love that dark navy blue. And I think the Batat one is out of production. I know it's part of those new figures that got released at Target around when Jurassic World was coming out, and then that one got phased out, and I haven't seen one since then. I could be wrong, but yeah, so you definitely have some options for Cryolophosaurus in your collection. And next up, let's compare it to some of Cryolophosaurus relatives. This species has been kind of all over the place with classification. I think right now it's considered a Neotheropoda, so it is related to Dilophosaurus, and I think at one point it was considered to be related to Monolophosaurus. These are both Safari Limited's offerings of these species. And next, let's compare it to some of Safari's 2002 offerings. Here it is with Pataga Titan, and here it is with the amazing Albertosaurus. So yeah, pretty varied lineup this year from Safari. We have these three. We also have Zool, Stygimolith, and Nanotyrannus. So yeah, 6 new species this year. Nice variety, and I can't wait to see what they have in store for us next year. And you know what? Because I happen to have them on the studio, here are the 1/18 scale Beast of the Mesozoic Protoceratops, Velociraptor, and here is their Dromaeosaurus. And lastly, let's just end this with a T-Rex comparison. Here it is with Safari's Dino Dana Feathered T-Rex. So, final thoughts on Safari's new Cryolophosaurus. I think it's a fantastic figure. It's very well done. Doug Watson always does great work on any figure that he makes for this company. Coloration looks fantastic. Love that dark navy blue contrasting with the brown and orange. That bright red on the crest really makes it pop. And I like the use of that dark maroon color for the inside of the mouth. I just think it's a nice break from all the bright pink that a lot of companies like to use. And I just think it's probably one of the best Cryolophosaurus figures mass produced right now on the market. And like I said at the beginning of the review, this figure is not out yet. It's going to retail for $13.99. You can click down below in the description to Safari's site to sign up for email alerts when the figure comes into stock. And if you want to save yourself 15% on your order from Safari, use my exclusive coupon code Dinosaur to save 15% off your order. So that will do it for the review. I still have more of the 118 Beast of the Mesozoic figures that I need to finish reviewing, and some new Jurassic World stuff just shipped from Amazon. So be on the lookout for all those reviews. And as always, if you're enjoying the content on this channel, show your support by hitting that subscription button just below the video. Each subscription helps out the channel tremendously and is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys for the next one.